Hi YouTube, it's Cynthia again with Healing Holden. Okay, let's move on to the whole vaccine theory. The lab that I did next for him was to check on his MMR, see if he had the measles, and lo and behold, dun dun dun, guess what he's got? If you notice here, in the measles, mumps, rubella immunity, this is rubella antibodies 74. That's actually a low. This rubeola, that's the regular measles, that's a high at 424. And this is mumps over here, and it is a high at 210. So what the doctor told me was this little 424 is not normal. This 210, that's where you want to be to make sure you've got the titers to fight the infection, right? And it even says here, right there, presence of antibodies to rubeola is presumptive evidence of immunity except when active infection is suspected. So guess what? My son, the doctor said, had an active measles infection. Where did he get it? Because he didn't show any signs of it. The only thing that he showed signs of was banging his head because he had encephalopathy, which is what the autism doctor, that wonderful lady I told you about in the introduction, she even put it on his paperwork. And I thought, how does she know that he had that? She didn't test for that, or there wasn't any MRI or anything like that. How does she know that with autism you have encephalopathy? That's a swelling of the brain. That happens with the natural measles. And here's the question a lot of people have for me, because they fearmonger you and they act like, oh my God, everybody's going to die from the measles. No, they're not. They have been doing all kinds of tea and herbal preparations since the dawn of time. With malaria, the people I have friends from Africa that have gotten malaria 5 times over, and they said it's just like the flu. It's just a different kind of thing, and yeah, it's not fun, but they use quinine. It's the bark of a tree. They use also an herb called Cajanus cajan. It's called pigeon pea. It's very well known all over Latin America. It grows wild, and in Nigeria, it's used quite a bit. So the next thing that happened was that I said, okay, we scoped our son because he had failure to thrive. So the gastroenterologist was willing to scope my son. And I said, while you're in there, get some biopsies of his